Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. I am your narrator, Ryan, aka Ryman. Last time we left our hero, we were talking with the Devil Twins over here in the cafeteria, as they were trying to convert me over to their cult, also known as the Student Council. Our boy Hasao had a little brain fart, at least I'm hoping it was a brain fart, because he didn't know what the game Risk was. Let us continue. Oh, Hasao. I don't know what that is. You know, I entered a peace of mind before I went into this, you know. I was like, it's late at night, the world around me is nice and quiet. It's beautiful, the peace and tranquility of just being me. I mean, I'm in my happy place. And then Misha showed up, and then I had to do her voice. It's really funny, Shan. You fought for control of the world, with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. Yeah, I see that. If you want to play, we can after school. Ellipses. Oh, really, Shishan? We can play just for fun, Hishan. Shishan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. I'll go along with it. If there are strings attached later on this to try to hold me down, I may have issues. Okay. Perfect. We'll see you at school, the student council room, then Hishan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. Whoa! I grimaced to tell him how much I do not like this, but if it's more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends, and we go back to class. Tick, 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 go. Okay. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want her to talk. Tick, 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 tick. You know what? At this point, you know what? Never mind. Let's just continue. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch on to me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. You should have taken the window. I feel a little offended, but I've been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to a cell. Oh no, if I walk in there and there's just a chair in the middle of the room and there's a tarp on the floor and power tools are all ready to go, I'm quitting this playthrough. What's wrong, Hishan? Ellipses. That's right, we're just going to play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha, this all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture... Oh, okay, so we're on the same wavelength again. Our minds are in sync. Hisao, with that in mind, we're gonna find a way to get out of this without much bloodshed. Oh god, please don't torture me. I don't handle well. Well, that's highly unlikely. I don't believe that at this point, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it would be so plausible. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. Nani? That's it? Bakana. This makes you guys being on top of things seems a little silly. Ellipses. That's not true, Hishan. Shishan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened? Her expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Please stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuses. Not unlike Shizune. No. Oh. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it's quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk promptly placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. But there's a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side, as well as extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here, or something. But the most noticeable thing that this room doesn't have is other people. Are we early? Ellipses. No! What do you mean, no? Does it mean no one else is coming today? Ellipses. Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Ellipses. Hey, Shan, let's play risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. I'm sure this set of rule explanation is going to go a lot better than my group of friends' explanation of any tabletop game when we try to do Tabletop Simulator. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. I've played Risk plenty of times before. Many fights have broken out from it. Actually, I forgot what the record was on what caused the most fights. It was either Risk or Monopoly. Actually, probably Monopoly. Things got really rough with Monopoly. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking... Hold on. Sorry about that, folks. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion slicing her arm through the air. Okay, we're getting into it. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agree to this. Okay. The music's kicked in. The shit's kicked off. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table like this! To get my attention. You probably didn't hear that. I don't know. Ellipses. Hey, Shan. Shishan wants you to know that you are taking too long to make a move. Shishan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the fuck you if you join the student council. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no. Ellipses. Shishan admires your fighting spirit.
and will be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join student council.
I'm gonna quote a very famous commander from World War II. Nuts. You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous.
Magnanimous?
Or at least I'm not the only one who has troubles with words. Thank God. She doesn't seem to know what that word means or how it's signed, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index finger against her temples, as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory.
Ellipses!
Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing.
Wait, please slow down, Shishan. Shishan says you're going to lose.
Tell her I will crush her world empire with my rebellion. The fire inside is starting to burn up. We're not going down. I refuse.
Okay.
Can I, find a way to physically... Oh, the frickin' cat face is back! What is that face? No! Who has a spray bottle with water inside of it? Just... No! Those eyes of hers shine with childlike mischief. Ellipses!
She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't.
We have a choice here. She has a point. Attack aggressively. Or, it's a trap. It's smarter to play defensively here. I kind of wish right now, taking my glasses off, kind of wish right now. Normally wear contacts. Anyway, that's besides the point. I wish I could take direct control over this and play the game and risk myself, but I know I can't because it's just a story. Okay. We could play defensively. And in some RTS games, I'm known to do that. Let the enemy come and pick them off, because we know there's an attack coming. But I'm not going down without a fight. This bitch knows what she's doing. She's impressing this attack. Life. This goes beyond risk right now. Life is a war, and every day is a battlefield. And sometimes, you gotta play defensively. You gotta get all your chickens in a row. But you know what? And sometimes you gotta dig a foxhole, put a helmet on, and wait for the enemy to come, and just take what life throws at you. But you know what? Life is throwing something at us right now, in this simple game of Risk. Sometimes you gotta put your helmet on, grab your rifle, crawl out of the trenches, and charge. You gotta charge life. We're not going down without a fight. I refuse to go down without a fight. We're going after her. She is either really mocking me or trying to trick me. Probably both. We're gonna catch her off guard. No one's gonna expect one big massive bonsai charge. Every front attack. We may lose. I don't care. I'd rather die than live under Misha's voice. I have nothing else to lose, though, so I might as well try something different. Maybe if I spread out my forces and try to control more territories, I can recoup recoup the advantage. Shizune seems to focus on conquering whole nations, so maybe I can sacrifice my hold on continents to gain more smaller countries. It's worth a shot. Let's fucking rock. A few turns later, I end up losing the game anyway. Well, okay, playthrough's over. Fuck this. Flipping the table. Taking the seal back. Gonna bash this computer in. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration.
Ellipses.
I legit feel a little bummed out I lost that. I guess I should have played defensively? I win, yay! Back to my convo. Should I have played defensively? I don't know. I felt like I had something there by playing aggressively. Oh well.
There's no...
There's no need to translate that. It was pretty clear.
Wah-ha-ha-ha! Don't look so sad, Hishan. You were really giving it your best. That's what I thought. Sometimes your best just isn't good enough. Though, if anyone knows that, it's me. You did very well for someone who just learned how to play today.
Ellipses.
Hishan, you attacked Iceland and North America at the same time. That's a very daring move. Hishan is impressed.
Ellipses.
The mark of great people is that they're daring, and that they can follow through. You're already halfway there. Isn't that great, Hishan?
Ellipses.
That isn't enough, though. Just potential isn't enough. There's no point to potential if you don't take the first step, and there's no point to that if you don't keep going. I want to see more. You're right, Hishan, but that's so demanding.
Ellipses. Ellipses. Whoa, that caught me off guard. Whoa, okay, personal space.
Shizune.
Fuck, keep doing her voice. God damn it. Shizune leans forward, suddenly looking at a lot less. Bleh. I have failed English again. Suddenly looking a lot less playful, and more like the serious person I expected her to be from the start. Ellipses. Do I have something in my teeth?
Hishan, would you like to join the student council?
She really doesn't waste any time, does she? But it's only my second day of school, so I'm hesitant about committing to something so early, especially something so serious. Every other club that's like, hey, we're going to hang out a while and maybe bake a cupcake. This, we're going to actually take big, important roles in how this school is run. I literally just got here. I haven't even taken a look at the other clubs yet. Exactly! Maybe there's an occult club. That'd be awesome. But spending time with Shizune and Misha doesn't seem like something I would hate. I gotta go back to a previous video. I think it was literally the last video. I don't see them as bad people. Shizune seems like a very nice young lady. Maybe it's just the crazy voice I give Misha that makes it unbearable at some points. I don't know. Again, they're nice people. I still need more time to think about it before I decide for sure. Maybe I'll get back to you on it. Ellipses.
Okay, Hishan, but I hope you're not just saying that so we don't feel bad.
No, really.
Really? Hishan, if you're going to say that, you're saying that it's definitely the truth and there can't be any mistaking it.
I know. I guess I should have revenge for my losing at the very least. He lifts the cat face again. Shizune smiles at that in a mysterious way that feels like twisting the knife in the wound of my loss. I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Yeah, that sounds about right. This took like what, maybe an hour or two? Maybe? That's a short game of Risk. Sorry, I think I have to go. I wanted to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. Ellipses.
It should be, unless the librarian is absent.
I think you're... fuck.
I think you're right, Hishan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. You can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is?
No, thanks. It's okay. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye!
Oh, is that a different face? Is each floor marked by a different face? Okay. One flight of the stairs up, and I run into problems. The second floor hallway is a carbon copy of the third floor one, except for the face. This face is better than the other one. I have to admit that. White, of course, and plain, like only hallways can be. The problem is that the library's whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. It should be a sign that says library, but that's just me. The classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Okay, so that's just poor design on the school's part. Is the library one of them, or is it somewhere down the hall? I bet on the latter and choose my direction at random. After I turn around on the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, though. It's just barely ajar, so that I can see it's open and nothing else. It would make sense for the library door to be invitingly open. And while this one is not quite that, it's good enough. Time to kick it in. Let's do this. That's how I enter libraries. At the very least, it means that someone is inside, and I can ask for directions no matter how embarrassing that is. Unless it's the bathroom. I gingerly push open the door, push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arms ready to pull back at the moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider of this school can't be shaken from my mind, so much so that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. The door slowly creaks as if groaning, as if it was a door from the original Resident Evil, though it's much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head even further inside to gain sight of the room as fast as possible, the meek "hello" on my lips is quickly snatched away. Oh. Hello. New person. Neat. This is not as I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking in the sight of the solitary figure taking center stage in an otherwise abandoned room. The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway staring at the beautiful girl. Evidently, having taken her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. A wavy-haired girl. "Hello there. May I help you?" I'm going to try that voice out for her. I don't know. She seems a sophisticated type, and that's the best I can do. Staring directly in front of herself, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's a soft, measured voice that reminds me that she's being separate from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners that I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi. Sorry for intruding. I was just kinda lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it was carefully choreographed beforehand. "Care to take a seat?" Unexpected, considering that I'm intruding upon her. Thanks. I slowly step towards another seat opposite of her, the girl resting the teacup and saucer on the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track my movements with her head is telling that, and the slight cloudedness to her eyes means she must be a zombie, or means she must at least partially be blind like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so very different from the student council office. You mean completely relaxing and not feeling like I'm about to end up on the missing persons list? It's a step up.
"I take it you're a new student to Yamaku."
Yeah. I just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers, accentuated by her restrained bow of greeting, one of which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of the action.
I'm Lily Setu.
Oh, God, someone, either Chris or Blaze will correct me in the future, so fuck it for now.
Pleased to meet you.
Hisao Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup.
Would you care for a drink?
Sure. I like tea. Anyone else? This shit's great. As much as it pains me, I can't keep oh my god, why have I failed you? I failed you all. I can't keep step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out along the shelf. A brush here, a brush there, her left hand often lightly touching the side of whatever container she's pouring into. Seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see around her back, she seems to be using her long, dainty finger to measure the right amount of water in the cup. I hope she washed. It's one thing to see the different abilities the students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shizune and Misha have no problems working together to communicate to me, and Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I've never thought of. While I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to be following the correct process of the offer of preparing the drink.
So,
her soft voice brings me out of my silent observance.
Which room were you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school.
School library. Shizune and some classmates told me it was on this floor. She finishes pouring water into the teacup as she nods, a small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicating it's being stirred. I squeaked a little, I'm sorry.
I'm aware of Miss Hakamishi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no?
That's right, in the science room with Mutao, or whatever the fuck I decided to call him that day. She gives a small giggle before setting the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand.
He's quite a character. I imagine you'll come to like him. Most do.
As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems like a rather bad moment to bring that up, and I'm more of a tea person. I'm not a big fan of coffee at all. It tastes like chalk to me. Nonetheless, the smell's quite nice, and I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Tao. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face.
Lily, please. There's no need to be too formal.
She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well. Someone in this story needs to have well-bred speech. It ain't coming from me. I guess I should try and ask about herself, as it really does seem as if she's catering to me. So which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes.
Correct. I'm in class 3-2, which is on the third floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi, and it's specifically for both blind and partially blind students.
Kenji's in there, isn't he? Is my homeboy in there? I see. No, Izzo! You're not supposed to be me! Are you fucking for real? Did this Did it sound just pulling me? You know when you accidentally say something offensive, but it's stupid, but it's funny. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Oh man. Okay, I'm running on 30 minutes here. So, folks, I think I'm gonna stop here for right now. I'm really enjoying this. These videos are probably gonna be pumped out a little faster than some of my other ones. Maybe. I don't know. But after that line, my boy Hasao, what are you doing to me? I'm gonna save here, man. Can I? Come on, let me. Oh no. I feel like slapping myself with a full pause. Looking at her face, though, she doesn't seem to mind a bit. Sorry about that. A little technical difficulty I had right there. The whole screen accidentally shrunk down on me when I was trying to bring up the menu. But let's save here. Oh, okay, so that's Lily then. Okay, and she's singing a song. That's adorable. Yes, I'll save right here. I don't know who that is yet then. But I'm sure I'll find out next time. Have a good one, folks.